Hey, what's going on? I appreciate you stopping by. So today we're going to talk a little bit about this upcoming winter storm and basically what to do if you are in the path and you are possibly going to deal with severe power outage, severe temps, and bad travel conditions. Just going to go off the top of the head about a few things. As you may be able to see driving by this window during this truck talk, I live in a place that gets a lot of snow. I live in central Maine. I was in the 20s last night. We have some severe temperatures coming up. It's going to drop. Right now, they're saying down to -14. The coldest I've ever seen was -21, and that is freaking cold. So, just a few things. If you are really not prepared for a severe winter storm and power outage and that really cold temperatures, warmth and shelter are most critical. So assuming that you have some shelter, you're in an apartment, you're in a home, townhouse, whatever, layers is critical. So, your body is putting out a lot of heat. And layers is what keeps that heat in. It insulates you and keeps and retains that heat inside the body. So just as an example, you're in an apartment, the power's out, you don't have a fireplace, temperatures are dropping, and you have on your first layer of clothing, pants, t-shirt, socks. You would then put on a sweatshirt, then a jacket, and then a couple of blankets. And then you and yours would sit on the couch and huddle together, and you'll be amazed at how warm you can get. You may end up saying, I'm actually kind of hot. So, and stay inside, obviously. So layers are critically important. And also keeping your extremities, your feet and your hands protected, and a couple layers of socks on your feet. So that's one thing. As far as emergency heat goes, you'd be amazed at how much heat can be put out by a candle. I like jar candles. You can get them inexpensively many places. And if you have jar candles set up in a few locations, if you have a small bathroom, you can run a jar candle in that bathroom. You'd be amazed the temperature difference when you walk in. Jar candles are safer than pillar candles, tea lights, and votives. So just be careful. Make sure nothing can fall on the candle and catch fire. There's a lot of unfortunate events that happen every year. You've been warned. Just use some common sense. If you have a heater buddy, if you don't and you can afford to go get one, those are great things. They usually run off of small little green 16-ounce or 1-pound propane canisters. Those are not very efficient. They don't last long, so they're expensive. But you can buy adapters to hook up to a 20-pound grill propane tank. And with one of those, it will last a very long time. So those are fantastic. You will see all over the internet people saying about how you're not supposed to use them indoors. That's not true. They have oxygen sensors on them. They will shut down if the oxygen percent drops. But if you're in an apartment, you're in a large area, Heater Buddy is a good thing to have, and you'll want to keep it close to where you're at because they're small. They're not going to heat up, a whole apartment. Not even close. So those things there, if you're indoors, is very important. Now, if you have a fireplace or something like that, that's great. Have plenty of wood, have some fire logs to help you get through. Most locations, if the power goes out, which is what's going to cause the emergency with the cold temperatures, it's going to be a short time. It might be a day, it could be a few days. But that goes along with food. So make sure you have food on hand that doesn't require cooking. But your refrigerator and freezer, that food will last a long time in the refrigerator and freezer, as long as you don't open that refrigerator and freezer. So the more you open it, the cold gets out. And these things are insulated pretty well. Excuse me. And so the food that's in there will stay good. If you have a grill, like for cooking outdoors, cook the food. Don't let it, go to waste depending upon how long the power's out. If you have a camp grill, like a Coleman grill, make sure you have some fuel on hand and you can prepare meals that way. But, just use some common sense. But try not to open that refrigerator and freezer until you really have to. And open it, grab what you need, and get out. Your vehicle, this isn't really talked about enough, but your vehicle is an excellent piece of survival equipment, assuming that you have fuel. That vehicle is shelter. It can be transportation. Now, if you have a giant winter storm, you don't want to be out driving around. But it is shelter, and it's also warmth. You could start that vehicle up, turn the heater on, not in a garage, not in an enclosed space, because that's not good. Those fumes can kill you. So, you want to be able to get in your vehicle, start it up, turn the heat on, and that can provide a lot of warmth. So what goes right along with that is to make sure your vehicle has plenty of fuel. So before the storm hits, go out there and fill that vehicle, max out the gas tank. Beyond that, there's more comfort things. Communication. Have some power banks on hand. If the power goes out, you could charge your phones, and assuming cell service is still continuing, you can reach friends, family, you can get news, you can call for help if you need it. You could check on elderly loved ones, neighbors, etc. AM FM radio would be a good thing to have. Make sure you have batteries, and along with the batteries, if you have obviously you should have flashlights and lanterns and stuff like that. Make sure you have plenty of batteries on hand. If you're using rechargeable batteries, make sure they're charged up. So those are just a few tips to hopefully get people that may be thinking about, what do I need to do to prepare for this big winter storm that's coming through. Hopefully it's not as bad as what the news is saying. The news often exaggerates because they're trying to get viewers to watch. But if it is, just take some common sense steps towards preparedness and being ready, and you should make it through without a problem. Again, we're only talking hopefully a few days at the max. So we'll see. Anyways, that's it. I appreciate you stopping by. You guys stay safe. We'll see you next time.
So I ran from the cities and the noise and lies, found a piece of ground under open skies, hands in the dirt, sweat on my shirt, learning what living's really worth. While crooked men shake hands in rooms, selling souls to corporate suits. Society's sick, but I found the cure. A back road life, honest and pure. They can keep their throne and their golden news. This life out here's my modern exodus. I traded screens for a sunrise, callous palms, blisters, pride, planted seeds where hope was.